Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling Review Series, September 7th, 1991. And we are doing a lot of recapping this week. Still footage from SummerSlam and the reception a few weeks following, and that's basically where we're going here. But we open up with another clunky Texas Tornado match, and I despise calling it clunky because I really enjoyed Kerry Von Erich's work in World Class. I saw a little bit of his work in Florida, although I've never reviewed it here because it's just been a match here and there. I enjoy his work, but 1991 through the end of his life in 93, Kerry is certainly not at his best. Punches, a few of those, and basically he's promising to get back on the horse in an inset promo indirectly. But punches, kicks, real basic stuff, and he actually goes into the buckle, does some selling for the enhancement talent, which is just goofy to me. Hits the discus punch that he normally hits and gets a victory. So much promise from a guy who just never realizes it. Then we go into the review of the wedding from SummerSlam. We see all of the normal wedding-related things. Savage and Liz doing the first dance, cutting the cake, opening some gifts, and then the unthinkable happens. Liz opens a gift, and it is a Cobra. Cobra jumps out. Undertaker clocks Randy Savage from behind. Liz is intimidated completely. Obviously, there's intimidation there. Real life Cobra, by the way. And then Sid Justice runs in with a wooden chair, running everybody off. I assume this was the time off that Savage wanted to deal with personal issues. Also, there was talk at the time that they were trying to either have a family or decide to separate. I know that's a weird combination, but the pressures to want to have a family was a big part of Savage and Liz's marriage, according to those who knew at the time. And then they ended up divorced a year later, so maybe it was a last-ditch effort to save the marriage there. Anyway, Skinner in, hits some knees to the midsection, real basic stuff, on an enhancement talent. If you've never seen Skinner, you're not missing much, except for the fact that it's Steve Keirn in pants and old pattern shirt. Anyway, inverted DDT, 1, 2, 3. British Bulldog says he's tired of bullies and tired of the Mountie and tired of Big Bully Busick says he eliminates bullies one at a time if needed, and he intends to do that here. The Nasty Boys say the Rockers have been placed in their way. They're not happy. They also plan to take down Legion of Doom again in the future and get the tag team championships back. Virgil against Chris Duffy. Real clunker of a match in just the sense that Virgil should be leading it, and he is not. Hip toss by Virgil, but they can't even get a decent Irish whip going at a point. Clothesline over the top by Virgil. Virgil now with a body slam in the middle, and ultimately goes to the outside, manages to hit the $1 Million Dream and wins. We go back, we highlight the attack or the verbal assault by Roddy Piper on Bobby Heenan on the funeral parlor. We kind of relive that, and obviously they're hyping Flair's entry. That's why we're reliving it. The Berserker in to do an enhancement match. Mr. Fuji is his second out there. Berserker, of course, John Nord. Several shots from the Berserker, running kicks and the like. Even a second rope diving splash is a thing here for a little bit. And we then see good old Berserker managing to go round the circle, so to speak, kick to the midsection, and then Again, some kicks by Berserker, throwing the opponent over the top rope at Mr. Fuji's request. Then we go to the uh, Rockers. Rockers are looking to get back on track, looking to continue to party, looking to beat the best teams, including beating the Nasty Boys. They're talking about still being one of the best teams in 91. You can see that Michaels is getting a little more heelish just week by week, but nothing major. Harvey Whippleman and Big Bully Busick. Harvey basically says he was the antagonist and the big bully was your high school bully. So that's the idea behind the character. Bushwhackers out next. Speaking of characters, clotheslines, punches, kicks, and the like. Gutbusters, and eventually, we see an inset with the Beverly Brothers and the Genius. Genius back to manage the Beverly Brothers because Coach didn't work out. That experiment lasted about 3.5 months, if that. Punches by Butch and real basic stuff. Double gutbuster, double battering ram, 1, 2, 3. Your winners are the Bushwhackers here. Barry Hardy, who is a very prominent enhancement talent at the time, part of that exchange. We go to the funeral parlor. IRS is out. He basically says the boss man is a lawman who cooks the books and cheats, lies and steals, cheats on his taxes, etc., and so forth. We see Curt Hennig defeated by Bret Hart for the Intercontinental title in clipped format, putting Bret over pretty strong. The Warlord out next with Slick. Still around, although gone by 92 at some point, so he's not around too terribly much longer as the Warlord, I don't recall. Anyway, power throws from the beginning, shots across the back with forearms, gut wrench, suplexes, and the like, and then the full Nelson, and the Warlord is victorious, much to Slick's delight. Then we move to a few more Event Center promos, and we close out on those. Vertical suplex, though, by the Warlord. He basically dominates. Greg Valentine says he wants to get everybody from the Bully to Jimmy Hart and anyone associated with Jimmy Hart. They really tried with the Greg Valentine babyface run, but it didn't work. And Ted DiBiase promises that after being cheated and manipulated, he's going to get the $1 million belt back from Virgil. That is his promise. Even if he doesn't make it, he's convincing anyway. We will close with that, and we'll be back with more.